track of that. Oh, you've incremented? That means there's something I have to refresh or
If someone
update.
increments by more than one, will it send it that many times?
No. You can I just say increment by 1. You can increment by whatever number you want,
As long as it changes.
as long as it goes up. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it goes up, it'll say I need to make a change. Okay, so then I go test and see if my website works in the browser, and it does, and that's what we need to do. So we would do the same for our other virtual hosts. Should we do another one in action? Okay, what should we have my site name be? Gandalf, or Gandalf.thegummybear.com. It has to end with .com. So I'm in my site's available directory. And we know it has to have I forgot what my IP address is. 199.53. And it should say the port number there. And then put our close tag in there. And server name, Gandalf.thegummybear.com. And we always have to have a document root var whtml. I like to put them in var whtml. That's the traditional location for Apache. And then I also like to give it, I could just say Gandalf, but it could be that I'm, there we go. So I'll do that. Server name, document root, sudo a2 inside, Gandalf. Remember, use the tab key to do your auto completion. Sudo service apache to reload. Okay. So that's, I need to make that directory, sudo mkdir var whtml gandalf.thegummybear.com, and then I'll put some content in there. Gandalf index.html, html. That's right. So I'm doing it quick, but I added some HTML content. Now what do I need to do? Well, I'm done on Apache. I've got to go add a CNAME record for that. So I'll log out of there. And yeah, I'm going fast because we've already done this. So Etsy bind db. Oh wait, is this the right one? Sorry, that's not the one I'm going to go to. Gummybear.com. That was on the wrong server. Gummybear.com. This is where I changed my password. Sorry, let's try this. Gummybear.com, and I'm going to not go that way down there, that's too far. So I have way too much stuff in here. So Gandalf is a CNAME for my www. You could have CNAMEs for your, maybe you don't want to, maybe you've named you put an A record in for system resources, right? Whatever, 15 characters. I don't want to type that every time. So I'll put a CNAME in. I won't delete my A record. I'll put a CNAME in. This just says SR. So every time I type sr.thegummybear.com, it'll go to system resources. Okay, so I had said Gandalf was a CNAME for www, and I have way a lot of too many things in there. And I'm going to increment this. What is the date? 9/13. Assuming I kept all my digits. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. Service by 9 restart. Let's see if it works. Gandalf.thegummybear.com. Yay. That's it. Okay. So that's pretty, I hope that's pretty straightforward. Just follow those sequence of steps and it will work. Now any questions that I can answer there?
Let's do Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I suggest that we have that Wednesday or something next week, and I don't know what it says. But I do want to, let's see if I have this here, just a second. I do not. Let's look at the assignment real quick, and I'll tell you. All right, so the assignment, you'll configure a server to act as a web server for multiple websites. Use the virtual machine installed to function as a web server. Install Apache 2. Make sure that DNS is correct for this machine. Okay, create at least 3 different names in DNS that resolve to the IP address of the new machine. Like I had Squishy and, I don't know, I remember those. I ate at and something. And I just created Gandalf. That was a 4th one. So 3 different names in DNS. The use of CNAME records is encouraged, but you could use an A record technically. Configure the web server software to serve a different website for each of the different names. Okay, like a virtual host, A2 and site, restart Apache, put your document roots, create a unique website for each of the virtual hosts. None of these sites should use the default virtual host. In other words, you should make sure that the default is enabled in sites enabled, and that you have edited the file so that it explicitly listens on your IP port. Okay, let's see if I did that over here. Go back out of there. Etsy, okay. I mean Etsy, Apache, wrong place. And sites enabled. So you should automatically have, when you install Apache, you should have this default thing. So, in essence, this tells Apache, what should I load if a request is made to me for which there is no corresponding virtual host declaration? And that's possible. Maybe I go create a CNAME entry. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm back on my name server. Really quick, let's go into my bind and vidb.gummybear.com. Let's say down where I had Gandalf, I'm going to create an entry for Frodo. Hope I don't already have that one. And oops, I forgot to increment my serial number, right?
Is that
Service binary restart. And then I'm going to come over here, Frodo.thegummybear.com. Oh, okay, so I never set up a virtual host for Frodo. So it's serving the default. Now, how do I get the default to actually work? Because it's not going to work quite correctly out of the box. So I said over here on the assignment instructions, the only real thing you have to do to make the default work is you've got to go to, this is the default virtual host declaration that it has in there. You can read through that if you want, but the only thing you need to change is this. You need to make sure that you put explicitly your IP address and port number that you're listing on there. And then restart Apache and it should work. That's what I'm referring to. To test if it's working correctly, when you visit the IP of your web host in a browser, it should not show you any of your new virtual hosts that you've created. So if I visit my website and I'm seeing the content for Squishy, if I just put in the IP address, then I've done it wrong. I should see whatever I've set as the default. So you notice that the document root here says to go to var www html. I just stuck an index page in that directory that said this is the default. Okay. I can't remember what I was trying to say here. If your server name, if you name your server name directive, oh. Oh. So if you, like in Etsy hosts, your server name, you might have put in www.thegummybear.com. Don't use that one. Use the 3 new virtual hosts to serve out content.